Alright, we're back with another lap guide. We are at Bathurst in Group 3, and it seems like most people are using this Genesis X. So I love this track, and it's really good fun in this car, so let's just jump straight into it and do the lap guide. Okay, so we're heading down to the first corner, and this is our first braking point. It's just after the 100-meter board, and we're going to go down to second gear, and you're going to want to be slightly wide of the apex. The curb on the inside unsettles the car and gives you a bit of wheel spin on exit. And you can run a bit wider, well, maybe not wider than I did, but you can take a slightly better line through there and get on the throttle a little bit earlier. Just be careful of that wheel spin in second gear. Easy run at this nice long straight up to the brilliant mountain section. And this will be the last breakpoint I show you for a little while. So we're just at the 100-meter board. We're going to drop down to third, and we're going to roll off the brakes and let the hill slow us down. And then again, watch that inside curb. I do use it this time, but you'll notice it does give me a little bit of wheel spin, so it's not quite as perfect as it could be. Running out wide, I use third, you can use fourth. Now you're just going to have to watch this next section a few times, but it's a little lift here, early on the brakes, down to second gear, let the car roll into the corner and easy on the throttle so you don't wheel spin. Maybe a slight lift here, but upshift to third is probably better. If you get a turn in correct here, you can keep full throttle. I had to lift slightly. Now come to the right hand side of the track and throw it in again. I had to have a slight lift so I didn't hit this wall. This corner, I'm not sure I get it right, but you've got to be careful of the crest back there. It'll throw you off the road. Bring it over to the right hand side, down to fourth, down to third, down to second. Little spurt on the throttle, touch a brake, and aim for that inside. The car's going to float over that corner. I think we'll probably go back and watch this again in slow-mo because this come at us pretty thick and fast. But yeah, you want to get turned into this one as early as possible, second gear on the throttle, and you're heading off down this straight. Let's go back and take a look at that in slow-mo. Okay, so we're back at the start of the mountain section and we're at half speed. So like I said, it's a slight lift coming into this left-hander, and then you want to get on the brakes super early, down into second gear, come from the right-hand side and coast the car in here and slowly add in a bit of throttle so you don't wheel spin. There's traction out on this right-hand side. Shift to third as you come over this crest so you don't get an extra bit of wheel spin. I got a touch of it. And then over to this left-hand side, run the gauntlet with the walls, fourth gear, turn in, clip this apex. I had to have a slight lift not to hit the wall on the left here. You can get away with the slightest of brushes, but it's pretty risky. We're getting up into fifth gear and we come right over to the right hand side so that we can turn in. Try not to take any grass because it will throw you into this wall. Again, I have to have a small lift. This corner is where I'm not quite sure I got it right, but watch that crest. You want to get the car turning towards its apex, but that concrete wall does come out at you, so it's really difficult to get the line right through there. I do shift down to fourth. I don't know if that's quicker. You're bringing the car over to the right hand side, and now we're in a downhill break-in, so I'm on and off the brakes, down into third, down into second. Hug the right hand side here so you can give it a little bit of throttle. Dapper brakes, cut across the crest there. The car will go light, and then on the throttle as early as possible. Be careful of wheel spin coming out of there. Up to third gear, up to fourth gear. A little lift and aim at the to bring the car to the right, and on the brakes as soon as you get out of that right-hander so you can get turned into this, and on the throttle as early as you dare to get a lot of acceleration down this straight. Again, you're probably going to want to watch that a couple of times, but is that not just like the best section of track in the entire game? I think it might be. Let's get things back up to speed, shall we? Okay, so we've got a bit of time to think about how the lap's gone. I've only got a couple of corners left, but they are important ones and they're easy to lose a lot of time in. So we've got our biggest break-in point here. It's just after 150-meter boards. Going to go down to third gear, and again, you've got to be careful with the curbs in this one, but it's important to get on the throttle early and get the car turn into the right hander that comes after this. So into third, on the throttle, and already turning towards the right. Run it wide over this curb and just keep your foot flat through all of that. Final braking zone, a lot of time in here actually, just after the 100-meter boards, down to second gear. Again, watch that inside curb because it unsettles the car. And on the throttle as early as you can, slightly before we hit the apex even, if you're on a really good lap and you've got a good line through it, on the throttle. Let's go. Probably could have been on it earlier there and run out slightly wider. it is what it is. That's the best lap I've managed to put together so far. I've had about 45 minutes on this one, but yeah, you can see how close to the walls you have to run through this mountain section. It's just fantastic. Absolutely love it. Yeah, looking forward to watching racing at Bathurst in real life on the TV. I won't be there, but yeah, just love this place. It's so good. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, especially if it helped you into the gold, get that 2 million credits. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, all the cheesy bullshit, and I'll see you in the next one.